GW has a question for you, Pete. He says, I've used 1Password for many, many years. Would you guys suggest changing the passwords in 1Password at regular intervals, like every 6 months or every year? Or is it okay to just leave them be until they have to be changed by either a work policy or a site policy or perhaps a breach that requests or mandates it?
So, it's always good practice to look both ways before stepping out into the street. If you're going to change your password, you're basically putting a blindfold on and stepping out into the street, because you don't know if you're stepping out in front of a hack that's going to get your new password, or if you're stepping out behind the bus that's already passed and it's never going to guess your password, assuming somebody's trying to hack your password actively as you're changing your password. I tend to be in the school that changing your password for the sake of change is a waste of time and non-productive, and perhaps even less secure. Now, he mentioned he's using 1Password, and that's great because you can use these powerful random passwords and not have to remember them. But if you're changing them to change them and you aren't using something like that, now you're going to go to something less secure because you're trying to be doing something that's memorable and therefore easier to crack. But I always like to refer people that ask the password question to Steve Gibson's grc.com/haystack. And he's got a great example in there. Try to visualize, close your eyes and visualize this. Unless you're driving, keep your eyes open. One of the passwords up there is uppercase D, 0, lowercase g, and 23 dots behind it. And then below that, he's got a password that's all uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. And the thing about that is it's only a 23 character password, whereas the D0G is 24 characters. So which one is harder? From a massive cracking attempt, the easier one to remember is far more strong because it's going to take longer to get there and crack that 24-digit password as opposed to a 23-digit or character password. So, and it goes back to, I talked about it on the show a few weeks ago, I'm sure, is padding. I try to pad all my passwords with either a symbol or a letter or something along those lines. Now, some of them don't let you repeat characters and stuff, and that's kind of annoying. But I find that putting a long password in and padding it is helpful if I have to remember it. But I am firmly in the camp of it's a waste of time to change your password unless your company or whatever is forcing you so to do.
I understand why the length of a password is objectively better,
right?
More important rather than the entropy of the password, right? Like the variability of it.
For entropy. Thank you.
Yeah. However, knowing that we have known that and knowing how humans are, if I were writing a password hacking algorithm, I would try lots of characters together in a row because like I would prioritize trying that over something else. Now, what you don't get with this is, unlike somebody like we see in, movies when you're cracking a safe, like, okay, well, I got the first number. Okay, I know I got the first one. You don't know if you're trying to hack somebody's password. You don't know if you've got 23 of their 24 characters, right? You're just trying random things all the time. So yeah, I guess I guess the argument still stands. I can't poke holes in this. That length is more important than entropy. Yeah. Size.
Especially if someone doesn't know the length, because they've got to start by 8 and then 9, all 9 characters, and then all 10. Yeah,
you don't know. That's why I use a not 4-digit passcode on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Because with a 4-digit, you can, it'll show you, okay, here's the 4
There's
things.
Only 10,000 possibilities.
You know what you're trying to do. Whereas mine actually could be a 4-digit passcode. But it's not obvious because I choose that option of, use a variable length. I forget what it is, but that way it's just not obvious to someone who picks up my phone how many digits there are in my passcode.